Hello everyone, Jason Warren for DT Met, and we've got a couple systems across the country that we're going to be monitoring for the next couple of days. One is this system over the Rocky Mountain states. This system is going to be heading eastward and bring some shenanigans to portions of the eastern U.S. Thursday and Friday. And another system out along the west coast is going to bring more heavy rain and mountain snows to portions of the west during the next couple of days. We'll start off with the western storm, where we're seeing precipitation move onshore from the central California coast northward through much of northern California. There's been some heavy rain and heavy mountain snows with this, but this precipitation, while it's angled into northern California now, the bulk of the energy and the moisture with this storm is going to head more up in this direction. And this is going to bring locally heavy rain and heavy mountain snows to portions of the Cascades and portions of western Washington and Oregon and far northwestern California for Thursday and Friday. 48-hour precipitation forecast for the region shows the heaviest precipitation across northwestern California, especially in the higher elevations and near the coast, where some areas could pick up several inches of rain, and along the Washington and Oregon coast and along the west slopes of the Cascades, where again some areas could pick up several inches of rainfall. This will be a warmer storm with higher snow levels, so the heavy snow with this system will likely be confined to the highest peaks. For example, these peaks here in Northern California, like Mount Shasta, we'll see some heavy snow, and the highest peaks of the Cascades up through Oregon and into portions of Washington state as well. While much of central and southern California is seeing a break right now, a stronger storm is going to pivot in toward the Northern California area during the upcoming weekend, and this is going to bring precipitation back southward into California, with heavy snow expected once again in the Sierra Nevada mountains and heavy rain spreading southward through the state, including the Central Valley and coastal areas all the way down to the Los Angeles area over the weekend. The other system we're watching is this system that's out here over the Rocky Mountain states today. This system will intensify as it spreads eastward across Kansas later today and tonight, and then continue to intensify as we head through the day tomorrow as it spreads through the mid-Mississippi Valley. And this is when we'll have a severe weather threat develop across portions of the southeastern United States, especially in portions of Alabama and Georgia, stretching possibly up into the southern Appalachians during the afternoon and evening. There will be a little snow on the backside as well, across portions of the Central Plains and into the mid-Mississippi Valley. The system will then head into the Ohio Valley and up into the eastern Great Lakes, with severe weather threat continuing across portions of the southeastern U.S., and heavy rain changing to a heavy wet snow across portions of the eastern Great Lakes and upper Ohio Valley by late in the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. The system will move quickly northeastward by Friday morning, with snow wrapping around the backside across portions of the eastern Great Lakes and upper Ohio Valley, and a mix of rain and snow showers down all the way into portions of the Tennessee Valley and central Appalachians. There could be some locally heavy lake effect snow on the backside of the system from western New York down into northeastern Ohio, and also off Lake Michigan with some of these bands that develop. There could also be some locally heavy snow across portions of central and northern Maine, especially in areas that are able to stay all snow, which would primarily be far northern portions of Maine. Elsewhere across New England, stretching down into the mid-Atlantic states, we're expecting this to primarily be a cold rain event. Snowfall amounts are expected to be highest across portions of central and northern Maine, which will see the heaviest snow at the beginning of the system, and across northern Maine, where they're able to stay all snow for the duration of this storm. And then portions of the central Appalachians and portions of the Great Lakes region, which see the heaviest snow on the backside of the system with some lake effect influence. That being said, this is not expected to be a major snowstorm, except possibly in northern Maine, but elsewhere the amounts are expected to be minor. But it's been a while since this area has seen any snow, because it's been so mild this month, so it is a big deal. Once the cold weather from this weekend exits, we're going to snap right back into a mild pattern for much of the central and eastern United States for next week, with temperatures expected to be above average for most areas east of the Rocky Mountains. Cooler than average temperatures are expected in the southwest, with more storms off the Pacific expected to bring precipitation into the region. There are signs that the pattern may begin to break down as we head toward the end of the month, especially after about the 20th to the 23rd. And we may begin to see more cold air intrusions into the eastern portions of the United States, with more ridging and more intervals of dry weather out in the western U.S.